Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
So guests include Dr. Stacey Rodgers, who's going to share information about her practice and the annual Ladies' Night Out that's happening July 18th. And then we're going to have the Montgomery County Veterans Services come on and talk about the services they offer to veterans with Kathy Lee, Department Head and Veteran Service Officer, and Kathy Smith, Assistant Veteran Services Officer. So the show is sponsored by Rodgers Stein Chiropractic and the Lake Conroe Realty Group. And Rodgers Stein Chiropractic is located at 3303 West Davis. And if you're not a patient, you can come see her for just $27, and it all goes back to CASA, Kids in CPS Custody. Dr. Stacey Rodgers treats people of all ages and backgrounds, from infants to seniors, weekend athletes to professionals, with a focus on natural, holistic, optimal health, relieving pain, and she has certifications in adjusting extremities, arm, legs, hands, feet, clinical nutrition, prenatal, and pediatric care. So go by and see Dr. Stacey Rodgers or any of her partnering physicians, 3303 West Davis. And she is on the show today, so she's going to tell us all about Ladies' Night Out and a little bit more about her practice. And our other sponsor is the Lake Conroe Realty Group, Team Sinisi, and they serve the greater Montgomery County area as the best source for buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Vinny Sinisi, because it's an easy name to remember. So much going on in our town here in Conroe. First of all, I want to mention that there will be a fundraiser for Alice Roberts. She's a terminal liver cancer patient, and that fundraiser will be on July 23rd at Salty's FM 1484 in Conroe, starting at noon on July 23rd. This is week 2 coming up of the Little Mermaid musical. They had their opening weekend this last weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Crichton Theater, and it's a fabulous performance. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, you need to go do that. This is a musical. Lots of kids, local kids, are involved in it, and it is so much fun. CrichtonTheater.org. July 25th is the first Flick and Float with the City of Conroe at the Oscar Johnson Community Center pool. Gates will open at 7, and Toy Story will begin at 7:30 p.m. Admission is only $5, and you get root beer floats. All children must be accompanied by an adult. Don't just drop off your kids. How fun is that? Who doesn't like Toy Story? The first mother-son date night, luau, is Friday, July 21st for moms with their sons, 4 to 12 years of age at the Conroe Water Park, 7 to 9 p.m. Registration is only $25 per couple and $10 for each additional child. The event includes swimming, a photo booth, games, and pizza. Call 936-522-3900 to make your reservations. The Conroe Founders Day is coming up Wednesday, August 2nd at 5:30 p.m. at the original Isaac Conroe Homestead, which is now the City of Conroe Transportation Department, and that's located at 202 Avenue A in Conroe. Isaac Conroe is the founding father of Conroe, and that's where the name comes from. He built the house, he has a sawmill, and bought a railroad stop to the new area now known as downtown Conroe. He passed away on August 2nd, 1897, and this will be the 3rd annual event that we have had to honor Isaac Conroe with Conroe Founders Day. And the committee for the event is hosting a Citizen of the Year Award. So you can nominate your Conroe resident that has contributed their time, efforts, and or resources to help make Conroe a better place by submitting your candidates on the form located on the site by July 24th. It's ConroeFoundersDay.org. And the winner will be announced at the event. There's also a new nonprofit, and that has been started up by Chris Sadler. And you may know that he has Honor Cafe in downtown Conroe. His new nonprofit will serve veterans in need called Honor Up. And it's all about moving into action. So Their first event is for Brody Bell, the son of Sergeant First Class Michael Bell, two-time combat veteran, U.S. Army recruiter at the Conroe recruiting station. At the age of 3, his son Brody was diagnosed with a rare form of muscular dystrophy called, not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, Duchenne. You can join the family Saturday, July 15th. That's this coming week, this coming Saturday, from 5 to 9 at Honor Cafe to raise money to offset the costs of handicap accessible features and to purchase an electric wheelchair with a stand assist to allow Brody independence as a 16-year-old. You can go to Honor Cafe or you can go to their Facebook page, Honor Up, and find out more about that. Lastly, you are invited, ladies, to the annual Ladies' Night Out at Rodgers Stein Chiropractic on Tuesday, July 18th from 5 to 7 with wine tasting, mini chair massages, shopping, and door prizes. Don't miss out. 3303 West Davis in Conroe by Taco Bell and Conroe High School. With that, we're going to hear more about that in a few minutes. We're going to take a short break and be right back. And we are back with my friend, Dr. Stacey Rodgers. She is the owner and lead physician at Rodgers Stein Chiropractors. She's going to tell us a little bit about her practice, but more importantly, Ladies' Night Out. So, Stacey, what number is this for you? Do you know? I know it's been for years.
It's like 15,
11, 10,
16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to count when you also had COVID, and I don't know if you did it during that.
We got ripped off because of the COVID years. Yeah,
I know, so it's hard to count. But we're going to go with maybe sweet 16. Who knows? Yeah. So you've been doing this, and it's fun. It's a fun event, and you get a lot of people there, don't you? So it's from 5 to 7, and the night goes by really fast, and you always have amazing food, too. We forgot to mention that.
Food,
is my buddy
Cody will be
Cody
catering it with All-Star Catering. Cody and Candace have
fabulous bacon.
Yes, we're having candied bacon. And if I don't have that, then I think everyone would be disappointed. So we've got the candied bacon, lots of other good appetizers. So it's a great happy hour to come to with your girlfriends. So everybody's invited. The whole community is invited to come on through 5 to 7 p.m., come and go, and then we're having chair massages that night too.
Lots of fun stuff, and you likely will see somebody you know from the community too.
Yes.
So, and then are you still doing like the little cards where you go to each spot?
Yes, there will be a vendor bingo.
Okay.
And so you get to visit all the vendors, and then you get a chance to win the door prizes. And the big door prize is the coach purse. It's super cute. You can get on our Rodgers Stein Chiropractic Facebook page and see the purse on there. It's super cute, coach purse.
So it's a lot of fun anyway. And the vendors are all really good. Lots of great information. You could probably purchase a few items there. Very varied. And you said, didn't you have openings also?
We have we've got a couple of spots left. We've got 2 spots left.
Okay.
And I'm really excited because we've got some organic and natural products, the vendors that are going to be there this year. So very excited about that. Fairy Cottage is going to come. They are a wonderful florist that
a florist.
is in our county. They're great. They've been patients of mine for a long time, and they do a great job with the flowers, and I'm excited for them to come and showcase what they have to offer too. But we've got soaps, natural soaps, lotions, which is important for me to have those types of vendors there. And CASA's going to be there. So
Good.
We're excited for Shelley to come with CASA and showcase what CASA does. And so if people don't know what CASA does, that is something I'd like to talk about if we have a minute to talk about that. So CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. And so CASA appoints an advocate to advocate for kids that are in the foster system. And it helps these kids get the services that they need and get placed where they need to be. And we've actually had several of our patients come to our events where CASA has had a booth, and then they become advocates for CASA. So it's been a great partnership for us to work with CASA. Since we do see lots of kids, it's a great partnership for us too.
And you have a place in your heart for kids.
We see lots of kids. Dr. Martha and I are pediatric certified chiropractors, so we see tons of kids all the time. We have a kids' night once a month, so we really like being able to partner with a charity that focuses
You have
on
fun
kids.
kids night.
Oh,
You
yes.
just did
Last
the
one was
pirate thing.
Pirates. That was fun.
I know. I
Yes.
feel like I need to be a pirate today. I need a patch. It's so much fun. You really cater to everyone, whether it's seniors or kids or anyone in the community, and you do it with care, and you develop relationships with them. So I can see where it's important to have the organic vendors, because that's kind of what chiropractic care
Yes.
is achieving the optimal health, relieving pain.
Naturally.
Hopefully you don't have the pain, but just to maintain the health so
Right.
that you don't have to ever be in pain, right?
Right. So, and then we do the Cox technique too. So, and that's a really important one for our community to know, because a lot of times people think if they have the back or neck pain, and it is horrible, that they're going to have surgery automatically. And the Cox technique really eliminates that. So, it's not with every case, but with most cases, if you think you're going to have neck or back surgery, really would encourage someone to come and talk to us and see what we can do so we can help people avoid the neck or back surgery if at all possible.
And you're one of a few physicians that is certified in that. Is that correct?
Currently, there's only 9 Cox Technique certified physicians in the entire state of Texas. So, and it's a very advanced technique. There's a lot of technology involved with it, and then a lot of extra study to become and maintain Cox Technique certification. So, and it's important for our community to know that that is an option too, because some people are afraid of the twisting and the popping and the cracking, and
It's a gentler way.
it's very gentle. There is no twisting. There is no cracking. There is
Is that
no
what you
popping.
use on me?
That is, yes, yes. You're
Gentle approach.
yes, yeah. You're not a candidate for that with your neck. So,
Yeah.
this allows us to treat you in a way that maybe would not have been possible without the Cox technique. Women with osteoporosis,
It's unobtrusive.
osteopenia, all the disc problems, people that have pain, radiating to the arm, or people that have back pain radiating all the way down to their foot. We can take care of that without
So it's very specialized.
surgery. Very specialized.
And any of your others doctors, is Dr. Murray?
All the
certified?
doctors.
Okay.
That's a prerequisite for working
Wow.
in our clinic. You have to have the Cox certification.
Also, to that, you like to mentor up and coming
Mm-hmm.
chiropractors. You always have somebody who is learning from you, don't
yes,
you?
always. So really fun. I'm known as I am known as the Chiro Mom, especially in our community and even down at the school. And so that's been the greatest joy, is to meet some of these students and then mentor them, and they go on and become great chiropractors out in the community.
And aren't you at a higher level in leadership with chiropractic?
I am. I'm a state director for the Texas Chiropractic Association, and I've been heavily involved in that and in the legislative committee, and so really involved there and with planning for the future for chiropractic in not only our state but on the national level. Yes.
So, what's one of the things that you're trying to advocate for?
Well, in the last couple of years, back in 2019, we had written a resolution to make it required and law that the citizens of the state of Texas had the opportunity to choose the type of care that they wanted, that it wouldn't be dictated by government or mandated by an insurance company what kind of care you would choose to get. So we did write that. That did become a part of legislation and did become passed, which is really important.
It is to be able to choose who you want.
who you want and the type of care that you want to. And that is very important to me, and making sure that the citizens of Texas have access to chiropractic care. So that's one of the things that I'm constantly advocating for, so that we can maintain our right to choose the type of care that we want, rather than it being dictated by someone else or
Someone
another
who doesn't
entity.
know you and
Right.
doesn't know what's right for you.
Right.
So, and you have a lot of great trained staff in there. They're very professional, very time efficient. So if you're on a short time, they're kind of aware of that and try to move you through the different places. And one of the things I think that's different is that you do exercises.
Yes. Yeah, we're not a just come in and get cracked from head to toe kind of place. That's just not what we do. We're about correcting problems and giving patients tools so that they can help themselves. So, it's in America, and most of us sit entirely too much. So we want to get patients moving more than they do currently. So if someone sits at the desk all day, we want them to be able to do some things at the desk to help themselves. And maybe they are an athlete already. We want to give them the tools to perform better or optimally. So I think it's important that patients take some responsibility for their own health. And that's been, I think, trending, especially since the pandemic, people realizing that they need to take a little bit better care of themselves. So we try to give people tools so when they leave the office and in between visits, they can help themselves. Yep.
Different stretches and things that are easy for them based on their abilities, and showing them how to do that.
It has to be practical. I mean, you can't give a single mom with 3 kids who works full-time an hour's worth of exercises to do. If that's
Something simple.
Yeah.
When she's laying in bed, or when she has a moment to do a couple of just little stretching things. So, but what's also interesting is that you have different therapies you use as well that may not be at other chiropractic places.
Most of the time, not. We really try to stay with the most advanced technologies and also the most proven technology, and incorporate that into our clinic. So that's important to me, to give people some other routes to help aid in their healing process, so they'll heal better and faster.
What is cold laser for?
Cold laser helps you heal better and faster. So it's one of the best things that we added to
So that's
our
fairly
clinic.
new.
It's new. It's a new technology for sure. So it's quick. It's painless. It helps prompt healing on all kinds of injuries, whether it's a tendonitis or a disc problem or headaches. It helps speed things up and gives relief quickly.
Okay. So, do you want to go back to Ladies' Night Out and refresh everybody?
Sure. So Ladies' Night Out is next Tuesday. So it's July 18th, 5 to 7. Come and go. Free. Open to the community. Doesn't cost a thing. Come have happy hour with us and get a free chair massage.
Have fun. Maybe win a prize.
Yes. There's going to
Maybe
be
win a really nice prize.
Yes.
And then if you have kids, note that monthly you have Kids Night Out, themed parties, pajama parties, hero parties.
Luau next month.
Various things, and they love coming.
Yes. We love Kids Night.
And what's better is that your whole staff loves dressing up
Yes,
as well,
yeah.
including yourself.
Yes.
So always professional until it comes to Kids Night.
We're all just kids.
If you want to know more about Stacey Rodgers and her practice, it's RodgersSteinChiropractic.com, and the same for the Facebook page. I know you have Instagram. And your other physicians you have there are Dr. Martha, who is Spanish speaking. So if that's a concern,
Yep.
English, Spanish, bilingual. And Dr. Murray.
And we have Spanish-speaking staff, too. So not just a Spanish-speaking doctor, but staff.
And they're all very helpful and know the business.
Yes, they do.
So it's a good place to go, and, it'll start getting you on the right track. So.
Yes. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Margie.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Always a pleasure.
Since 2004, Rodgers Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Rodgers Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacey Rodgers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit RodgersSteinChiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dance Time in Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floors. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences. If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
Hello, and we are back. I am Margie Taylor, your host, and we're back today with our second half with ladies from the Montgomery County Veteran Services Office. Kathy Lee is the department head and veteran service officer, and Kathy Smith is the assistant veteran services officer. So you're the head and you're the assistant. Is that the way it works?
Yes.
Okay, got it down. So they also have a Facebook page, and they're on the mctx.org website. You scroll down to veteran services and you will find it. I didn't know that there was a veteran service done by the county, but then I was told that you guys would make a great guest. So if I didn't know about it, I figured maybe a lot of people don't, but then again, maybe a lot of people do, is why you've had to expand your office, right?
right.
Yes.
So how long have y'all been in that office?
We actually, I've been in the office for going on 38 years.
You're kidding.
No.
Wow.
But veteran service for Montgomery County was actually developed just after World War II. So there's been
My
an
goodness.
office in existence for many, many years with other service officers. So we've been around for a long time. So this is nothing
have.
new.
Right.
You know, a lot of times veterans just don't realize that there's someone local in their communities that can help them with their VA claims instead of having to depend on the VA itself.
That's wonderful. I'm a Gold Star mom myself.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Well, not so good. I
Not
lost,
so good. No, I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, but I mean, I lost my son last year.
Yes, yes, I'm
It'll
sorry.
be almost a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
What a sacrifice.
Yeah, but I did not know. And so you assess them with filling out claims, any other resources or where they can go and things like that? Is that what y'all do?
Yes.
Right, yeah. We're there to assist our veterans with filling out their paperwork for VA claims. And while that sounds simple, it's if you do any dealings with the government, you know it's not just one claim and you're one form and
Lord,
you're
no.
done. It's many, many forms. It's knowing the right forms to turn in.
Especially with the military.
Especially, yeah, with any government agency, there's just a lot to it. So,
So is this health claims primarily, or what kind of claims?
These
Just
would-
whatever benefits they get?
yeah, these would be disability claims. So if our veterans exit the military with service-related disabilities, if they, you know, are requiring a pension program, so you don't have to retire from the military in order to be entitled to benefits from the VA. And I think probably that's a lot of the miscommunication as well, is why veterans don't seek out their VA benefits, is because they
don't know they have them.
don't know they have them. And so we're kind of the starting point in that we tell them, you know, explain to them what's available to them. We help them from point A to point B in their claims process. If they get a decision back that they're not happy with, we're there to assist them as far as filing an appeal or higher level review.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so we direct them in a lot of different ways. And
Do you help with
so-
Gold Star families too?
Yes, very much
Really?
so. Yes, we do.
Wow.
We do.
All survivors.
Yeah. All of the
I
survivors.
did not know that. I may be visiting you.
Right.
You should.
Right.
You should.
Yes. So we're there to help the entire veteran family. So, you know, not just the veteran themselves, but, you know, the survivors and children of those veterans as well.
Do you also direct them towards the clinic that's in Conroe?
Yes, and we're so happy there's a clinic in Conroe. Of course, it's been here for some time now, but in the past, they always had to drive to Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To
Nobody
get
likes
their,
that.
Yeah, to get their health care. So we're very, very glad the clinic is here. So, yes, we also help them get enrolled in the health care, so we do that as well.
What a valuable office you have.
Well, it's been a blessing for me to be there because I love helping people, as Kathy does too, and you know, we want to make sure that those veterans get their benefits. I mean, they're the most deserving citizens of this country.
I agree.
You know, so they definitely
They volunteer to serve our country.
Yes, yes.
And we're so lucky you invited us today because we really try to get the word out about our office because we're the smallest department in the county, the least known.
Crazy.
But we do.
I did see the Courier that Catherine Dominguez got out an article about y'all.
Yeah, but we do try to do programs throughout the community, and we participate in things like there's a veteran food distribution with the food bank, so we go and help with that, and so we're all about getting it out because we want to help our veterans. We want to be available to our veterans and survivors. So we appreciate it. We appreciate you having us on so that we can do
Well, I
that.
started to get connected because that's my new mission with so many military things, and I know that I just wrote up a press release today, as a matter of fact, for Honor Up. Have you heard of that one? That's a new nonprofit that Chris Sadler started at Honor Cafe.
We know Honor Cafe.
You know, okay, yes. So he started this up, and they're having a fundraiser this Saturday.
Wow.
And needing volunteers and things. So maybe that would be something to go, if nothing else, go to so people know who you are.
We've been to a couple things at the Honor Cafe.
Yes.
Trying to get there out there.
Yeah, he's a good person, and so he did that. He started it up because he sees that a lot of veterans go in there for meals and just have coffee because they can't afford it at the end of the
Yeah.
month. So that way he can do different things
Oh, that's awesome.
as a nonprofit, and people can sponsor and things like that. So this first one is for a young man, has a family, but he has a 16-year-old, about to be 16. He's the Army recruiter here in Conroe, and his son is very ill, so they're trying to raise money for a wheelchair that he could use to make him more independent.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he
That's-
doesn't want to be dependent at
Yeah,
16.
exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, I can imagine how hard that is.
Well, the food bank distribution is at the Conroe VA outpatient clinic, and it's the second Tuesday of the month. So they can pre-register, but they don't have to pre-register. Anybody that comes up there will get food. Each one is done in honor of a different veteran in our community, so they kind of spotlight one of our veterans. So
Yeah, that's wonderful. I remember they were starting that up at the beginning of this year
Yes,
with the
yes.
Veterans Commission, because I was on the Veterans Commission.
yeah.
So
And
it's good. I'm glad that it's happening
great.
now.
Yeah, we have a great turnout. It's good. It's a good turnout and stuff. And last month when Karen and I went, they were like, "Oh, it's so hot. You shouldn't be out here." And I said, "Y'all deserve it." So
That's nice. No,
Yeah,
I'm
it
glad
doesn't
y'all are
matter.
getting out and letting people know. And then you also, do you help people get connected with Judge Hamilton with the Veterans Court?
We do have resources through the VA that we refer them to, because that's actually a VA program where they do have to get connected with those the veteran outreach counselor in order to make connection to that treatment court. So
I know
yes, we
she's
do
very
referrals.
passionate about that program.
Right. Yeah, and we do help those veterans who are currently at the Veterans Pod in the county jail, make connection with their VA benefits as well.
Well, we're always looking, our Gold Star Mothers chapter was just formed officially the end of April. So we're looking for volunteer opportunities all the time, and maybe we should look into what's going on at the jail too.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I know you guys don't really have anything, do you?
because of
Opportunities,
the
not really.
confidentiality of our records,
Yeah, you
make
can't
it
share.
difficult. Yeah, but the clinic, the VA outpatient clinic, has a volunteer program.
Yes, you have to go through their
They have a
vetting
Yes,
process.
exactly.
yes.
I understand. I'm also
Yeah.
a Blue Star mom. I'm
So-
part of that
Okay.
group.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Kind of part of a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's very good. So what are the other programs that y'all help facilitate with veterans?
Our military retired veterans don't realize that they can draw benefits under their military retirement and service-connected compensation. So there is a program also with the military that we assist with filing that paperwork. The same thing with the survivors of military retirees. If they pay into that particular program, then we can assist them with the paperwork. So a lot of what we do is paperwork related, and that.
But you help facilitate it in a way that you understand it better than
Right.
others do, because sometimes it can be very overwhelming.
Right. We've all been vetted by the VA, fingerprinted, and background checked, and all of that stuff, and we go every year to get more schooling. We're testing constantly. So we're always trying to get more involved in any other types of programs that can come up to assist our veterans. We do a lot of outreach. We go to the colleges, we go to the veterans organizations, and try to get the word out that there are benefits available. And
Do you go to the VFWs as well?
yes. Mhm.
Okay.
And last year, the president actually signed a bill for the PACT Act legislation. So that's opened the door up for a lot of veterans who maybe in the past were not eligible for benefits and who have become eligible now because of the expanded areas of spraying for Agent Orange, the burn pits,
It's an awful thing.
those exposures. There's a lot of disabilities now that are related to that. So that's brought a lot of people into our office who are seeking, benefits for that. Also, any widow who has, or widower who has lost a veteran, because of some of these disabilities, that's expanded, that claims process. And we're having a lot of veterans move into the state of Texas, and that's probably one of the things that we're seeing the most, because we have great benefits. Texas is really good to their veterans, and so we have really good benefits, and they're wanting to take advantage of that. So,
That's good.
a lot
Must be
of
very
growth.
rewarding what you do.
It is. It's
It-
very.
it is, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's something that.
Are you all family of veterans?
My husband is military retired, so we spent 23 plus years
So that's
with
kind of
the
where
Army.
your heart is too.
with the
yes.
Army. So yeah, so I'm good. I'm really good on the retiree side because I know a lot about that
You've
avenue.
walked it.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, so that, and then of course our family members were in in the military, grandparents and uncles and things like
Seemed
that.
like a natural fit.
Oh yeah, it's a win-win for me because I feel good about doing it, and then I get to help somebody. I help the greatest people in our country, people who actually stood up for us. So, who else to help? One really good thing about our office, we're good, but one really good thing is we don't hand somebody a stack of paperwork and say, fill this out and bring it back. We sit down with them
You
and
walk
we
with them.
fill it out for them. We just tell them what we need them to give us so that we can fill it out for them. And when it works, it's great. I mean, you feel so good when it works out for them.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. And have you been affiliated with veterans?
I have
Okay.
veterans throughout my family. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, we've got, but I feel like all of the veterans are my family. I've been with this organization for so long.
Yes. This must be the only job you've ever had.
Well, almost. I've worked for the county for a long time in different other aspects, but yeah, with this
That's
department
wonderful.
the longest. Yes, ma'am.
Do you ever work with Congressman Luttrell's office?
We are hoping that we can, make a bond there and definitely work with his office. We've always had a good working relationship with Kevin Brady.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we're
Well,
looking
him being
forward
the
to
head
that.
of Veterans Affairs on the
Yes,
federal level.
on that,
Yeah.
on that
And
committee,
then,
yes.
also, he's in, I can't think because of my eye. Anyway, I've been working with him closely too.
Right.
And
Right.
we had something submitted to the NDAA to be a part of the budget to require physicals in person with blood work across every branch of the military
Right.
next year. That's pretty major
Yeah.
because they
Yes.
do online health assessments.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoever thought of that?
Yeah.
They
Along
have
with
a-
mental health assessments annually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote.
That's the good part.
Yeah, that's good. That's great because so many of them don't know what's, we ask, what do you want to file for? They don't know. They don't know what's considered a disability and what isn't.
Right. Well, it sounds like you guys are really a great source for veterans, their families, survivors, and all of that. It's just a matter of people knowing where to go.
Right.
I think a lot of them know about the vets clinic over in Conroe, and there's also one. There's a New Caney office, right?
We have a New Caney
But that's
office.
just a branch of what y'all do.
That's a
It's not
branch
the
of
clinic.
us.
So the clinic is just in Conroe,
Right.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that one's only open Fridays.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Yes, half a day on Friday. We do take appointments because we want to spend time with our veterans and help them out with their claims. So all of our offices, including the New Caney office, do take appointments. We'd love to expand our New Caney office. Right now, we're trying to locate some space to do that. The office we have is very, very small, and so we do want to expand throughout the community, and it's going to be probably in the future we'll be expanding out to the west side of the county.
Oh yeah,
because we
probably
see a
need
lot
it
of
out there
growth,
too.
a
Yeah.
lot of growth there. So yeah, so yeah, this is just the beginning. Trying to get enough staff members to where we can utilize those.
So how
other
many do you
resources.
have currently? 4?
Currently, there's 4 of us.
And then you're going to be adding how many?
Yes, I have asked in the budget for
You've asked.
We've
for
asked
for another employee.
Just
and-
one? That's not too much.
Well,
ask.
no, it's not. It's not that bad, and that's just because where we're at. I have to add space before I can add another employee. So, us going to Commissioner's Court and actually being able to utilize some of the space in the building that's not being used at this point. So, that's going to help out a lot, ease a
Good.
lot of the burden. So,
Baby steps.
yes, baby steps.
Baby steps.
And we're so particular about who works with our veterans. So that's another thing. We want somebody that's a really good fit
Right.
for our people, because we
Caring.
call them our veterans. Kay has her group. We all, whoever you help, that's your veteran.
Yeah.
So if somebody calls and you go, that's mine,
Well, you develop relationships
yes,
with
'cause
them so
for a
that
long
they
time.
trust you.
Yeah, exactly.
If they don't trust you, or anybody for that matter, but especially with their intimate details of
Exactly.
their personal life, it's not going to be useful.
Right.
Yeah, so we have people that, she's had for many, many years, and when we get in our office, because Kay's been there a long time, but Karen's been there 18 years, and I've been there 17, so it's not like we have big turnarounds, so we're kind of picky about who comes in. We're very protective of our people.
Well, and as you should be. Like you said, you're feeling a need for these veterans that have served our country, and a lot of times they're lost and they don't know where to go. They don't know where to get services. They don't know there are services.
Right.
And if someone has lost their life, they're in another level
Right.
of not knowing where to go and what resources.
Exactly.
So it's very difficult, but very needed. What am I missing? Have I covered all the different things that you do?
Sometimes we don't know what all we do until somebody asks us. We do.
But I bet if you don't know the answer, you find it. For
Yes,
We
yes.
do. We never turn anyone away as far as, not giving them the information they need to go forward.
Yeah.
We can't help with everything. Sometimes it's not good to get out of your lane because I don't know anything about Social Security, but I'm going to tell you who you need to go to. So there are other resources throughout the community that they can utilize, and we have a list of those resources. So we're not always the people to come to for everything.
But you know where to direct
But we
them
know
to.
where to
Yes.
direct them, and I think that's probably more important than anything, is to make sure that we know the resources that are out there and we
Correct.
can connect them.
Well, if they go to your website on the mctx.org and drill down to veterans, they can see all the different things, resources that you have. And then
Right.
there's other connections for other things, such
Right.
as,
Right.
the
The
Veterans
clinic.
Treatment Court and the clinic and other things like that you may not be directly accountable to, but yet they're there as a resource.
Right. So there's a lot of state benefits that they can utilize. So all of that is on there. And while we know about the benefit, the fine details are usually best gotten from,
You don't run it.
from the organization itself. Yeah.
Right, correct. So that's a great resource. I just think it's good to know all of this. Now, if somebody had a need, do they need to call and make an appointment first? They can't just drop in?
It's
Yeah,
better for an
it's
appointment.
better for them to do an appointment simply because of the schedule that we have. Unfortunately, we are very busy, so our schedule, is several weeks out. But it's important for us to be able to sit down with each, veteran and their family members and make sure that we've covered all of our bases, and we want to give that person our, full attention on what they have going on. And
How far out do you book?
We'll book appointments as far out as someone, that wants it. But right now, we're looking at about 4 weeks.
Okay, so it'll take about a
yeah.
month for someone to get in.
Right.
We hate it.
Right. We hate
I'm sure
that.
you do.
We truly
because
do.
they only call because they need something.
Right, right, and and if it's a really an emergency situation, and after talking to them, we understand that, we will try to squeeze that person in so that we can get them helped as soon as possible. But there's just such a great need, and we understand that, and so we try as best we can to fit people in. So.
I don't think people realize the number of veterans in the article that you're referring to. The numbers are way off.
Mm-hmm.
We're
How many
probably
people are you serving?
double.
So tell me what that looks like.
60,000?
Probably close
Annually?
to 60,000. Yeah.
Annually?
No, that's 60,000 veterans in
Oh,
our community.
in our community.
Yeah.
Yes.
About how many people do you think you serve annually?
We're probably looking anywhere from 10 to 15,000 that we're
It's
actually.
still a lot.
It's a
We
lot
do.
of
It's
a lot.
people. A lot of people for only a group of 4.
Yeah.
So.
And and you see them more than one time.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They
So
can
that's
come
many
back.
times over.
Right.
So
and-
unduplicated.
Right. And after the
It's still a
appointment
huge
is
number.
right. After the appointment is over with, that's not the finish of the claim.
Right. It's a
We
continual.
submit everything. We track the claim. If there's any correspondence that comes back from the VA, we're on top of it so that we can get things, done very fast for them as quickly as we can. So that means that one claim could extend several months of us working on it on top of what we're adding to it. So
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Some are years.
Yes.
Years, because we do the veterans claim, and then when he passes away, we continue with the survivors. So some span years, that's why
I'm waiting a year and a half to get all my son's medical records
Yeah.
Oh,
because I had to go to court to prove I was his mother, even though
Oh.
they'd been to my house.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a very
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking because you have to go over that over and over
Yes.
again. Yeah. Wow.
so much.
Wow.
I'm waiting on the line of duty investigation that I should have had at month 4, and we're
Oh.
pushing month 18.
Wow. That's terrible.
But I'm still pushing.
Yeah. You got to.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, you have to do that.
So, yeah, it's a lot. And I understand and I appreciate all that you're doing. And again, they have a Facebook page, Montgomery County Veterans Services. And you can drill down to Veterans Services on the mctx.org page. And you're out in the community. And what is that phone number to call to make an appointment?
936-539-7842.
Very good.
Thank
Well,
you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you ladies, what you do, and to help and serve our veterans. It's a huge task that you're undertaking.
It's an honor,
It
and we
is.
appreciate
It's
it.
a blessing. Yeah, we love it.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And kudos again to our sponsors, Rodgers Stein Chiropractic, and Ladies Night Out is this a week from Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, July 18th, 5 to 7 p.m. And also thank you to our sponsor of the Lake Conroe Realty Group. I'm Margie Taylor, your host, and we'll talk again